Hi, welcome to the Trading Zone. I'm Joe Teague. This is a preview of the show we're going to have in a couple of hours. Really exciting things happening. A lot of volatility going on in the market. Big moves happening last week as we saw a quick sell-off ahead of the Fed and then on Jackson Hole announcement. Fed coming out saying they're going to aggressively cut rates, and the market had a steep rally. Volatility was all over the place last week. Brian, what's your take on all this?
Yeah, it was interesting because basically we've kind of had this like balance of like, is there inflation going on or is the unemployment picture looking worse? A lot of comments from Trump that we're going to get a new Fed governor to run the Federal Reserve come the next year. So, and then we get the information that we're going to get some rate cuts, market rallies, lots of volatility, big move right there for you, trading right back near all-time highs, but short of the highs. So, we'll see where we go here. But what's the volatility landscape looking that people want to know about ahead for this week?
Yeah, of course, a big move, a big thing this week will be the NVIDIA earnings. We're going to continue to talk about the Fed. Yeah, they're going to cut in the short term, but are those cuts going to be permanent? Are they going to be there for the long term? Because if inflation does not get to their target, those cuts are going to have to be unwound. So we'll be watching that closely. Yes, they say they're cutting. That's great. Are they going to be actually going to keep the rates low for the long term because inflation is going out of control? That's a completely another story. We're going to have to take a look at all that. But for this week, the most important thing for me is going to be NVIDIA. Brian, we got a trade for that. Tune in at noon Eastern. You're gonna see that trade. How we're playing. How I'm looking at earnings. Brian and I are looking at earnings ahead of the earnings event. How we're trading it with options.
Yeah, that's our new time slot, everybody. Tune in every week, Monday, noon Eastern. We get into our trade of the week. We get into the macro picture. We get into the volatility landscape, and we kind of tell you where we think the market's going. So make sure you tune in a little bit later. This will be a little bit shorter version of what we normally do. So look forward to seeing you in a couple hours.
Yeah.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.